And a good evening to you, and welcome inside the Bottom Line. Lanny Ford, Juju Phillips here. A lot to talk about today. Didn't have a whole lot, but got more now. Excuse me while I quench my thirst. It's been a long Monday. Now.
Angry Orchard, huh?
Things will get better now. And in case you hadn't heard, our good, close personal friend Matt Rule has been fired. I think, now this is just my opinion, I think that Tepper did him a solid because now he can go out to one of those college coaching jobs because he is not an NFL coach. Granted, he didn't have much to work with, but he looked like a deer in the headlights and was lost from day one. Not just sometimes, but he was lost all the time, in my opinion.
I agree, and he's leaving with $40 million on the table in his contract. So if he goes and coaches anywhere, does that change?
Depends on the contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, if I'm a college.
And that wasn't even my big story I was going to talk about today. That's the funny part.
Yeah.
I got one even better than that.
I mean, I heard about it last night. I told you right before we went on, I heard on NBC Sports at halftime of the Sunday night football game, Mike Florio, who does Pro Football Talk, he broke the story. And I just have my suspicions on where he got it from. But nonetheless, I'm not surprised. I'm a little surprised the fact that him getting the can right now, and I think yesterday's game probably not necessarily the outcome of the game, but the fact that 3/4 of the stadium was filled with San Francisco fans, at least 3/4 from stuff.
Carolina Panthers Stadium has become a visiting team stadium.
Yeah.
Especially when the big name teams come in. If a Dallas comes in, a Washington comes in, San Francisco.
Steelers, Green Bay,
yes. Yeah. You're exactly right. Now, so the other thing in part of this.
Did you see the press conference today?
I did not.
Okay. So, Tepper got a little bit, pissy? Is that a good word to say?
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, he got a little pissy with some of the announcers or some of the press people, including Ron Green. Not Ron Green, but Scott. What's his son's name? Scott
Green.
Yeah, Scott Green. Got a little pissy with him because he asked him about, hey, you've had, since you've been aboard, since he owned a team, 4 head coaches, he's had 3 team presidents and 2 general managers.
And a hell of a soccer team.
Yeah, and that's what he talked about. He said, hey, I brought soccer here. I brought music. We didn't have uptown, concerts.
Nobody's looking for an entertainment camp. They're looking for an NFL team. If you didn't come to build an NFL team, then you could have went and made your own music park somewhere. And soccer and music park.
Win games, baby. Just win.
How disappointed are you and how fooled are you knowing the organization he was a partial owner in and came out of that doesn't even sniff what an NFL franchise is supposed to be run like?
I was going to ask, we're going to have our buddy Josh on a little bit later. I talked with him this afternoon. You look at the 3 former minority owners with the Steelers. One's in Charlotte, one's in Jacksonville, one's in Cleveland. Look at those franchises in the last 5 to 10 years.
Defensive pass game coordinator, former Arizona Cardinals head coach Steve Wilks has been named the interim coach.
Charlotte native, right?
Played at Appalachian.
Yeah. Coached at J.C. Smith, too, I think.
He was at the Panthers. Yeah. That's where he came from when he went to Arizona. Yeah. He went 3-13 there, and he is also part of Brian Flores' lawsuit filed against the NFL and 6 teams alleging racial discrimination in hiring and retention of black head coaches. They also fired defensive coordinator Phil Snow,
who's been a longtime associate with Matt Rule.
Okay. And assistant special teams coach Ed Foley.
Him too.
Okay. Snow will be replaced by defensive run game coordinator Al Holcomb, who was Wilkes' defensive coordinator at Arizona. The Cardinals finished 26 out of 32. So I don't know that you're getting any improvement there.
This is a political move is what you're saying.
Yeah. Rule's firing came after Tepper in late April said, I believe in Matt. He has my full support. I'm a fan. He added that day, I don't like to lose, but it takes time. It takes a foundation. Now, how long before Scott Fitterer is gone?
That's my guess. He's next.
He should be next.
He's the one that has orchestrated the last couple of years, the drafting, giving away draft picks and bringing in all these quarterbacks every year.
Panthers brought in Teddy Bridgewater, who was released one season after getting a 3-year, $63 million deal. They traded for Jets' third-round picks, a third-round pick for Sam Darnold, who had gone 13-25 as a starter in New York. They brought back Cam Newton midway through the season. I hope they don't go down that road again. I'd just soon watch P.J. Walker. I would not be surprised if
for one game.
Baker Mayfield is not done.
Well, he's hurt. He got hurt yesterday too, so yeah. There's always a correlation between
couple weeks
losing and injuries. The injuries pile up as long as the losing happens.
Rule and Federer made a hard push to trade for the Texans for Deshaun Watson. While Watson chose the Cleveland Browns, making Baker Mayfield expendable, the Panthers began pursuing the first-round pick. And I want to say, when they did the Sam Darnold trade, didn't they give away some picks, some future picks? I don't think they got a whole lot in the closet to pick from.
No, they don't.
And I don't know how you're going to rebuild.
Well, it's going to take some time. You're going to have to – their defense –
and you don't have anybody to trade to get anything back.
You got a few people. It depends on what you want back. You're not going to get back – you're going to get a top 5 draft pick this year. Keep it. Don't go after Sean Payton.
Sean Payton, let me go ahead and put that rumor to rest, okay?
He's not coming here.
Even
though he said on a Cowherd show today that the Panthers' job is an attractive one because the person that comes in is probably going to get a chance to draft a franchise quarterback out of college next year. But it's not going to be Sean Payton because